Hello. Um, that zoomed in quite a bit. So we'll just kind of make sure that we are live and everything is working. Um, Welcome to day 3, and I'm excited about this day like I am every single day because I wrote them all. And today we are talking about some decluttering and how you can find $25 in your home, which is awesome. But um, let me know in the comments, did you get your worksheet? Um, I'm an introvert, so I do well working alone, but let me know if you are an introvert too. Um, but I know some fellow introverts get really sketched by doing like Facebook Marketplace. So let me know also in the comments if you've ever tried it. When you're decluttering, if it like sketches you out, or if you're like, yes, I'm all about it. Come take my stuff, give me your money. So I would really love to know what the consensus is on that. For us, like we always have people over at our house. I guess I do better with maybe one person versus many. I don't love crowds. So hey Tina, hey Tawanda, hey Lisa. Awesome, Tina, you got the worksheet. Good. So if you do have your worksheet, pull it out and go through today's training with it. So we introverts, oh yes, Rebecca, I'm so nervous about using Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to give you some tips today on doing that. So it'll hopefully be a little better experience for you. Tina's never done it. Allison loves Facebook Marketplace. Porch pickups, yes, there's definitely room for porch pickups. I'll talk about those a little later. Shaylee, I hate meeting new people, so I post on the online stuff and send my husband to meet people. Yeah, definitely. That's also an option if you have a partner, which I've been known to do. Charisse wants to know, where do I find the worksheet? So every day your worksheet is emailed to you. So you should be getting emails. It's how you got into this group, presumably, because that's the only way I gave out the link, to make sure you got those emails. The worksheets are also available with the replays on modernfrugality.com/challenge-replays. So those are for my people who are not on Facebook and don't want to be. I respect that. So I did that for them. But yeah, so that's where you can get those. Lisa hasn't used Facebook Marketplace, but has used Poshmark. So that's another thing that we're going to talk about. Definite introvert from Rhonda. Make adult daughter help me with Facebook Market and OfferUp transactions. Yes, getting some help. No shame in the game. Kim started selling on Facebook Marketplace at the beginning of quarantine and made $1,000 on old tech and furniture. That's awesome, Kim. That's great. So we will talk about all of the nuts and bolts. But first, I want to talk about something that isn't always talked about when we talk about decluttering and selling your stuff. So, like I said, I'm an introvert. So I gain energy from being at home, typically alone or with Travis or a few good friends. Like that's my sweet spot. But the state of the environment around me has a direct effect on my energy and my thinking. So, like if my toddler has run amok, I can't relax as well as I would after like I've cleaned the whole place. So let me know if that's true for you. That's true for most people. It's true that what we have in our homes has a direct effect on our mind. Studies have shown that. A rested mind makes good decisions, while a stressed mind makes stress decisions. And at home, those decisions usually come in the form of impulse spending, whether it's on takeout because you have a cluttered kitchen, online shopping, decor purchases, etc. So, seasonal decluttering is how we fight the lifestyle creep that clutters our homes and brains. So, you want to make a list of areas that you want to declutter, like not whole rooms, but actual spaces that can be done in a few hours max. We're looking for very attainable stuff here. These should be manageable areas. Even if it's just 3 drawers of a dresser, like we're not going Marie Kondo over here, where we're doing the whole house. I have slight PTSD from that Marie Kondo series. Like it was satisfying, but also really like guilt inducing because I feel like I'm a minimalist, but I still have stuff. I mean, you can see like I got books behind me. Um, so just seeing all this stuff and like some of my drawers kind of look like that. So I still have like PTSD from that. So we are looking for manageable spaces, things that can be done in a nap time or between dinner and bed, quick stuff. So I only want you, when we are working for the purposes of this challenge, to specifically make $25 because, like, that's kind of the concrete goal. I only want you to declutter one space and post one thing on Facebook Marketplace. That is my challenge to you today. So, what's that one space that has been giving you the most anxiety? Do that tonight. Don't do a whole room or even a whole dresser. Like I said, even if the whole room or dresser gives you anxiety, just start with one spot where you think has the things that might make you the most money on Facebook Marketplace. So make it reasonable to get through tonight. And then also post the item or items to Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. Then put everything else in a box or a bag and put it in the trunk of your car to make it very easy to drop off at the thrift store the next time you pass by. I try to never keep the stuff in my house. I always put it in my trunk so it's very easy to get rid of. Personally, we shop almost exclusively on Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. And we post a lot on there. So not everything we post sells, but it's definitely worth trying if we can get 10 or more dollars from it. So I want you to think about that when you are posting things on Facebook Marketplace. So if you've never done it, like I'm seeing a few of you haven't done it, or maybe you haven't had much luck. So I have a rule. So I'll post it for about $5 or 5% more than what I want for it. And then if I don't get any takers in 3 days or 48 to 72 hours, I'll lower the price. And then if I don't get anything else in 48, 72 hours, then I take it off, I don't deal with it, and I either put it in our Buy Nothing group or just put it through the thrift store. If I'm doing like occasional decluttering or maintenance, is when I'll focus more on the Buy Nothing group. When you're doing intense decluttering, it is a lot of effort to post it in a Buy Nothing group. And I love Buy Nothing groups, but when you are doing a big time or multi-day declutter, it's definitely easier and forgivable to just take things to the thrift store. You have to be aware of your mental capacity for dealing with people. So it's kind of worth it if you're going to get a little bit of money out of it, right, on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. But if you're just giving it away for free, then not as much. If you are willing to put everything out on a curb and then take a picture and post it on the Buy Nothing group, that's a different story. Then you can just say like, here's what's here. If it's not gone by this time, I'm taking it to the thrift store. So that's another option if you want to keep things out of a Goodwill. If you are nervous about people coming to your space, then you can meet them on like a corner or maybe like a house down or something, or take somebody with you. There have been a lot of times where I've met people in public, if it's a bigger sale, like at a Starbucks or Walmart or something where there's security. But if it's just a little thing, you can also do a porch pickup. So for smaller price things like $10, I'll be like, hey, this is the thing. It's on the bag in my porch. and just drop the money into the mailbox. And so if they don't pay, it's $10. It's whatever. I was going to take it to the thrift store anyway. But if they do, then I get the money and I don't have to deal with it. So that's one way that you can kind of ease into Facebook Marketplace. And also I say Facebook Marketplace, but I like to cross post to OfferUp. OfferUp purchased Let Go. So now they're one app. So a lot of people who are leaving Facebook are going to OfferUp or even going back to Craigslist. But what's popular is kind of dependent on where you're at. So I always like to do both or to try both or look at both at least. So those are kind of how it goes with Facebook. There's also Nextdoor and Craigslist. Well, I just mentioned Craigslist, but there's also Nextdoor. You can try that one as well. That might be popular. Ultimately, our goal is progress, not perfection when it comes to this stuff. So when you're doing the decluttering and the posting and the selling, have your dream in mind for your dream room and what you want in your dream life, and then make it as easy as possible to attain that. That may mean taking everything to the thrift store so that you can just have a clean slate and make better cognitive decisions moving forward. So that may be your season in life. Or you may be able to declutter and post some things on Facebook or OfferUp. That you may have the capacity for that. But neither one is right or wrong. You just have to take a look at what's going to be the easiest and cause you to make the progress needed in your life. So I know I'm catching up on comments as I'm talking, but Lisa started with a junk drawer and motivated me to do more. Yeah, so I still have junk drawers. I will be honest. As many years as I have been a minimalist, things always come up. There's always a birthday or a something like Christmas, all these things where we get these small things, freebies from when we used to run races, all kinds of things. And then we're also frugal. So if it's free, it's for me. I always love to get free stuff. So this is a journey that you will be on for the rest of your life. You don't just like declutter and then forget about it. So this is definitely the start of a journey for you. I am going to go through some of these. If you guys have any questions for me, I know that I saw some earlier and I don't remember if I got to all of them, but I would love to answer your questions about decluttering, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, even selling on eBay and Poshmark. So if you have something that may be of legitimate value, you can look on eBay and you can filter out everything that has been purchased. Like you can do a search for it and say, I only want to see the things of this that have been sold. And you can see the prices they sold at. Because ultimately nothing is worth what it says it's worth. It's only worth what people will pay for it. And so eBay can show you what people actually paid for it. And then you can choose to maybe list it on eBay or Poshmark. If it is clothing, then definitely Poshmark. I see people get a higher price on Poshmark for things. But eBay, Poshmark, great places to go to sell and buy stuff. And then again, if you are unsure about giving people the address to your house, definitely make sure somebody is with you, or you can always do it at a Starbucks. I find that any place where I see cops hang out, I know that actually the police station is a safe place to do Craigslist transactions and stuff like that. But anywhere like that is a good place to start and to get used to it. And also, the great thing about Facebook Marketplace is that you can see people's profiles. So you can always see if the person is sketchy or not. And normally they are not. So I love, like I said, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, OfferUp, Nextdoor, and then online, Poshmark, eBay, Mercari. I don't necessarily like ThreadUp because it's not so much of a selling. It's more of a, if you have high price, high fashion consignment, maybe. Um, but otherwise, no. All right, let's see. Um, Brenda's going to tackle her nightstand first. Awesome. Andy, by just donating everything and claiming on my tax return, I can increase my refund $1,500 to $2,000 or more. Yes. So this is really important. If you itemize your deductions, which isn't, it's not going to be relevant for everyone, but you can donate things to a 501c3 and get a tax deduction for that. So if you itemize deductions, then that is definitely easier than trying to sell some things. Um, some charities pick up donations. Yes, Marisol. And she donates through a pickup service. We have pickups for bigger items, but I don't know if we have regular pickups. But we have a thrift store like on every other block, so it's a lot easier. So, some tips when you are actually going to sell your items. Like I said before, I always post about $5 higher. And you can actually reverse these tips when you're trying to negotiate to buy something on Facebook Marketplace. Know that people are usually posting for about $5 to 5% higher. So you can always go a little lower. You should always negotiate. So I start a little higher, and then I will wait. After I post, I don't respond immediately to the first person that messages me. I wait for about an hour. I let the messages come in, and then I respond to everyone. And normally, what they email me is this still available? Because that's the response that Facebook just has already put in, and they just click it. And so, what I will respond with is, yes, it's still available. When can you pick it up? And then they'll respond with something like, would you take X for it? And I'll give everyone kind of time to respond to my response to see who's going to be able to show up the quickest and for the fullest price. I always prioritize quickest, and I never hold for people unless they pay me via like a PayPal or Venmo or something. Then I will hold it. And they pay me immediately on Venmo. Cool, it's yours. I'll hold it. But otherwise, it's always about speed for me, and then if they can go full price. So I'll usually see who can get there the soonest and closest to the full price if there's multiple people that can show up ASAP. And then if there's somebody that really wants it, and I've already told somebody else that they can come on by, then I will just say, like, hey, I got somebody on their way. I'll let you know if they don't take it. So that way, that gets things sold a lot quicker than trying to go in order. Because it's not, Facebook Marketplace is not first come, first serve. First message, first serve. It's first come, first serve for me. So I'll give it a little time and make sure the person who can show up quickest gets the opportunity to do that. And then they show up, and I have had it where they'll show up and they don't want it when they see it. Normally, they show up and they want it, and they will pay the price they said they would. But then if they don't want it, then I'll just message the next person that can be there ASAP and say, hey, come on over, it's yours. And I always let the people assume that people want it for full price. I never insinuate that people want it for a discount. But I also never insinuate that there's a bidding war and people want it for more. I just always let people know that they want it. There's somebody that can come full price, then that's going to be winning out. At least that's what I communicate to them. So that's kind of how I make it as easy as possible for me to do Facebook Marketplace sales. I want it done as quickly as possible because my time is worth a lot. So I don't want to be messaging people back and forth all day, all night. It's just very quick for me. So that's kind of how I do it. Um, yeah. So Shaylee says my husband manages our local Salvation Army thrift store, so I rarely make any money. I get impatient and just send it to work with him. It's not a frugal fail, honestly. If I had somebody go into a thrift store every day, I would be giving much more uh, to them every day just to take all of my stuff away. Honestly, the primary goal with decluttering is to create a space that is organized and serene, that allows you to stop making impulse buys on home decor, stop making impulse takeout orders because the kitchen is overwhelming, to stop um, impulse online shopping because everything in around you is in disarray and you just need something else to focus on. And I say these things because there are things that I have done in the past as a result of a cluttered house. I grew up, my mom was like a borderline hoarder, and so I have PTSD about clutter. And so when things around me are not orderly, I kind of revert back to that. So that's the ultimate goal of this. When your house is easier to clean, it gets cleaned more often, and then you're able to make these better decisions more often. And so that is the ultimate goal. If we can make $25, $50, $100 out of this from some key items that are really easy to sell, then that's the byproduct and that's the benefit that's going to come out. But it's not the purpose of decluttering. So you need to make it as easy as possible for you to get from point A to point B. And then if you are capable of bringing some added, bonus money in, which 99% of the time we are, we just have to kind of look around and see, all right, what haven't I used in the last 3 months, and kind of think critically about that. I love the minimalists have a rule that if you haven't used it in like 3 months and it can be replaced within 20 minutes for less than $20, then get rid of it. And over the time that they have done that and used that rule, there's maybe been 5 times where they've had to replace something they've gotten rid of between the two of them. So if it can be replaced within 20 minutes for less than $20, bye-bye. And you haven't used it in 3 months. So I take seasonal items out of that because we need to keep some winter stuff here, but we only use it 2 months a year. So but so that is all I have for you guys today. So if you guys have any further questions about selling on any secondhand platform, let me know. If you have any questions about minimizing. We have a really fun episode on the Frugal Friends podcast coming out next Friday, in two or three Fridays from now, about fun ways to declutter. So games and challenges you can use. So that one's coming out on the 22nd. So whenever that day is, that will be coming out. So that'll be fun. Definitely subscribe to the podcast if you want to hear that one come out. So until tomorrow, definitely come live tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the one that everyone wants to show up for. I've got 10 different, I think it's 10 different work at home, like side jobs that you can just do instead of watching Netflix or while watching Netflix kind of thing. So these are the side hustles I used when I was starting out, when I was paying off debt. So I know they're legit and they pay. There are no survey sites. And you can make money from home. You can make an extra $25 from home. And then I'm also going to give you the link tonight. This is a bonus. I have a bonus training that I am doing I'm hosting one Thursday night. I'm also hosting one Sunday night. For all of you guys who want to pay off debt, I'm going to be sharing 3 secrets. They're tips, but they're like things that I don't hear other people talking about. So it's 3 secrets to creating a debt payoff plan you can actually stick to. Because that's the really hard part is you can create the plan and you can plan the plan, but executing the plan is where everything goes off the rails. And so I'm going to do a live training for everyone for free, and it's going to kind of go through some strategies that you can implement immediately to make your debt payoff plan more sustainable. So I'm going to post the link to that in the group when I get off of this live. And then also you'll definitely want to hang out with us tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.